Hello, this is Indupriya. So we are in introduction now. So yesterday we read the same introduction until where Lord Krishna spoke to Arjuna about to whom he said Bhagavad Gita for the first time, that is to the sun god, and then he also said how many types of devotees are there. And so today we'll be seeing what Arjuna spoke in the chapter 10. Arjuna Uvasa Param Brahma Param Dama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Sasvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahus Tvam Rashaya Sarve Devarshir Naradas Tata Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Saiva Bravisi Me Sarvam Etad Ratam Manye Yan Mam Vadasi Keshava Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidur Deva Na Dhanava. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality." After hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman, but the Supreme Living Being or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Brahman. Paramdama means he is the supreme rest or abode of everything. Pavitram means that he is pure, untainted by material contamination. Purusham means that he is the supreme enjoyer. Sasvatam is eternal. Divyam is transcendental. Adidevam means the original supreme personality of Godhead. Ajam means the unborn and Vibhum is the greatest. Now, one may think that because Krishna was the friend of Arjuna, Arjuna was telling him all this by way of flattery. But Arjuna, just to drive out this kind of doubt from the minds of readers of Bhagavad Gita, substantiates these praises in the next verse when he says that Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead not only by himself but by authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala and Vyasadeva. These are greatest personalities who distribute the Vedic knowledge as it is, accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvam etad ratam manye. I accept everything you say to be true. Arjuna also says that the personality of the Lord is very difficult to understand and that he cannot be known even by the great demigods. This means that Lord cannot even be known by personalities greater than human beings. So how can a human being understand Lord Shri Krishna without becoming his devotee? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great personality. Lord Shri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjuna, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita, we should at least theoretically accept Shri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand that Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita. because it is the great mystery. Just what is Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the nescience of material existence. Every man is in difficulty is in so many ways. As Arjuna also was in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna and consequently this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna but every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist. Out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are a few who are actually inquiring about their position as to what they are, why they are put into this awkward position, and so on. Unless one is awakened to this position of questioning his suffering, unless he realizes that he doesn't want suffering but rather wants to make a solution to all suffering, then one is not to be considered a perfect human being. Humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. In the Brahma Sutra, this inquiry is called Brahma Jijnasa. Atatho Brahma Jijnasa. Every activities of the human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering or where they came from or where they shall go after death are proper students for understanding Bhagavad Gita. The sincere student should also have a firm respect for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a student was Arjuna. So, for today, this much is enough. It's already 8 or 7 minutes. So, Bhagavad Gita is mainly about understanding, and it's not necessary that you have to read so many things at a time. For one day, even if you understand a little part of it, for you it's more than enough. That's why, so for today, whatever happened, I'll say it again. What Arjuna said was that Arjuna was saying to the God itself that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, not only that, when the greatest sages like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa, they also confirmed that Krishna is one of the Supreme God, then obviously I have to accept it. Like the greatest of greatest sages have said that Lord Krishna is a God. So even I must accept. When they can know it, then I must accept it as a human in that way. And one more thing, they also mentioned that the demigods are nothing but like what you find Surya Deva, Chandra Deva, Indra, they are all demigods. So not only them, if you see the village gods, they can also be called as demigods. The gods which are under the control of the supreme god are all demigods. So even demigods cannot understand that this is God when they come and stand in front of them in a different avatar. In the same way, how we as humans will understand that God is standing in front of us. The only way is to be so much devoted to God so that when God is in front of us, we'll understand this is God. So, the main thing is bhakti and being the right person, having the right thought, having bhakti. When you have bhakti, you'll have the right thought, which means then you will be able to identify God. And also, they say that to read and to know Bhagavad Gita, the one thing you should understand is the speaker of this is Lord Shri Krishna. So, if Krishna is coming and saying to you something, you will accept it. In the same way, you should feel like Lord Krishna is directly coming and speaking to you through this book. So you should accept Lord Krishna as the Supreme God, so that whatever is said by Lord Krishna here, you should accept it by heart. You should not say that I won't accept this. So the main mindset you should have to read Bhagavad Gita is you should say that you should have this in your heart, that this is a speaker who is speaking to you, and the speaker is the Supreme God itself, Lord Krishna itself. So, in the same way, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, they deliver that this material earth, the material body, and the soul, everything is different. So, once your soul leaves your body, your material body is not yours, which means your material body is not at all yours. The soul is also not yours, it's actually the Supreme God's. This is what they are trying to say here. So, Bhagavad Gita's purpose is to say that even if a person dies, his soul is going to go to the next body. The body is just a temporary thing, and don't be so attached to your own body, or don't be so attached to someone else. That is what they want to try to say. Plus, they also want to say about the dharma and needy. In such way, they also want to say that in Bhagavad Gita, the main thing is about the understanding of the student. And if a student is able to understand, he is one of the intelligent ones. And such student was Arjuna. In the same way, if someone is trying to read Bhagavad Gita, you should be sure that you are understanding it the right way and you are accepting it in the right way. And if you don't know something, it's better you ask someone who really knows about it, and you don't go through a wrong path but always in the right one. So this is for today, and tomorrow we'll be reading more of this. So thank you. And if you like the way I'm explaining or the way I'm reading it, do subscribe to my channel so that every day there will be one video. Thank you.